Basement Bookers Podcast.
What's up? It's your boys, the Basement Bookers Podcast. This week, we're going to talk about Rampage Jackson, the son of Rampage Jackson, and everybody else is talking about it, so we thought we should talk about it. I'm Basement Jer. He's Rich the Riz, the most rizzest, baldest man.
There you
Let's talk about we've got about Naomi. Because in wrestling is like a monkey's paw. You take the monkey's paw and you make a wish and you go, I would like to see John Cena turn heel. And then the finger just curls and, we got what we got. A lot of people, they didn't like it.
I thought it was great.
I don't know. He changed on a dime. I don't think I've ever seen it where, in a casual promo and the match wasn't even had yet, where the bad guy's like, you know what? You're right. I'm a changed guy. It usually takes a little bit, and only after the heel has done heinous and horrible things to the babyface.
That face turn was like the definition of abrupt, to the point that I wasn't buying it. I was like,
you thought it was actually the best thing to ever happen to me.
Yeah,
because you thought he was going to win because of that shit.
Yeah, it's as if a certain other person's re-signing with the company, which wasn't planned, kind of facilitated and caused this abrupt change.
Truth still doesn't know about the Dublins. He's doing that still. So it's like, is he doing that to trick Aleister Black into thinking that he's, good old R-Truth? Is Ron Killings playing with Aleister Black? He's in a segment with John Cena where they're both like, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me, not to nerd out, but the end of Super Mario 2. It's like, you did all this, you got this far, you accomplished all this, and it was all a dream. Nope.
It was all a dream. That's the other thing where people are like, we want Cross, and I'm like, and then if they gave them to you, what would you do with him?
Right.
And it's confirmed that he's not, it isn't a work. And he's down where, I think it's GCW, wherever he attacked, formerly known as Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
So
Matt Cardona, the self-proclaimed king of the indies.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chelsea's husband.
Yes.
I keep forgetting what his name is. It's Chelsea's husband.
Would that make him the first man?
Well, she's not the United States champion anymore.
But that would have made him the first
if she gets
man.
it back, then he would be the first. It would be the first gentleman, actually.
Okay.
That's what they call them.
Okay.
Yeah.
First gentleman.
Because first lady, first gentleman.
That makes sense.
Ain't gonna be no first gentleman until I'm cold, dead in the ground. Understand me? All right. Unless it's me. Unless my wife becomes the president, then I'll be the first gentleman. I'll be okay with that.
I'd vote for her.
It's been 2 years since we've lost someone who used to ask us to let him in. Bray Wyatt passed, It's 2 years. He's been gone from us.
Damn.
That's a good segue to come into here.
That is.
That's 2 years. A retrospective, Richard is. The Wyatt Six are the tag team champions. Nikki Cross is stalking the United States Championship picture.
I caught that.
It looks like they're setting up a feud with MFT. And that's going to be just enough for me to change the channel. But hey, you know what? And it's not the Wyatt Six fault, really. Your thoughts?
Does MFT since it's not my family tree, since JC Mateo is not related, does MFT just stand for motherfucking Tongans?
Yeah, my only issue is I don't know what the end game is. These guys not being together, I don't know what they do separately.
Yeah, we haven't seen enough of Tall Tonga on his own. Obviously, he's there. He's the bump guy now, whereas we see formerly known as Camacho, Tongaloa, um, as a little more of the veteran role now, a little bit. Same for JC Mateo, because as you get a new guy in, that new guy is the bump guy, and now you can do your shit. You can not look like a complete idiot out there. That's his job now. As far as MFTs versus the Wyatts, we'll probably get a whole bunch of crazy tables matches. They're probably not actually. They'll probably say one big tables match or something like that at the end. But I'm waiting. I'm not quite interested yet. I like the Wyatts. I'm interested enough in MFTs, but I'm not quite invested in the storyline yet.
What if they're building towards War Games?
That could certainly be a thing. It's about that time to start building towards that. War Games be in November.
Yeah.
August,
More
September.
importantly,
Yeah, 3 months out.
what are we going to do about the Women's World Championship? No one said a damn thing. No tournament, no nothing.
That's the elephant in the room. That has to be addressed this Monday, I think.
Well, Clash in Paris is this coming weekend, right?
24th, 31st. Yeah. It's next Sunday.
So that means
it has to be addressed
Monday,
this Monday.
We need to know
Yes.
if do like a thing where I guess there's a match or something, and whoever wins, they have to wrestle Stephanie Vaquer at Clash in Paris, and the winner is the champion. I guess that's the only thing you can do.
So the old school thinking, like Vince's thinking was, well, we advertised Stephanie Vaquer for a women's championship match at Clash in Paris, so we need to make another contender for her to face for the women's championship. So
she's the number one contender.
Right.
So here's my idea.
Yeah.
Kayfabe, I don't know, but Naomi said she's not giving the belt up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they should do that and have an interim. But seeing as how they didn't beat, and I know they've done this before, but now it's TKO time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe let's try something different. Mm-hmm. Instead of vacating the championship, Naomi is the women's world champion. This way you set the angle up for later when she comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And then we figure out who the real champion is. And it's like you could argue, oh yeah, but then if you do that, whoever the winner is not going to feel as good. It's like it already doesn't feel as good because they didn't beat Naomi,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
This way, as much as I hate it, it's still kind of legitimate, like how they do in real things like UFCs and stuff like that. Yeah. So just make an interim women's champion.
It makes sense. It makes sense in that way, and also it's been a while since they've done an interim championship.
Yes, so
it's they've done it in the past. The Cena and Punk.
I can't think of any other way.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do it? I hope it's not a battle royal, because I think with a battle royal, it's good and it's bad. Because it's good because it's you could get somebody different. That wouldn't normally get the opportunities, but this is WWE. It's going to be somebody that's always getting opportunities. So it's either Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. Mm-hmm. It's Rhea Ripley or Io Sky. There's going to be a Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky match on Raw, and the winner is going to face Stephanie Vaquer at Clash in Paris.
I wonder if one of them
should be Io
to get in.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's two different matches.
Yeah, you could definitely do a tournament of everyone. Are they going to do a tournament of all the women on Raw? Probably not.
No.
But,
you would have to do it with the top stars.
Yeah, you got your big names there. You do a little one-night tournament or two fatal four-ways.
For Raw yet.
Yeah, or 2 fatal 4-ways where the winners face each other in the main event to face Stephanie Vaquer to crown the new interim women's world champion.
I was thinking 2 women's matches. The
Hmm.
winners fight each other.
Yeah,
You
like 2
could
fatal
put
4-ways or
like you
triple
could throw
threats.
Roxanne in there if you want.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, you know what they could do? Like a drawing, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know. Either way, there's ways to do it. There's ways to do it because obviously it would be Io and Rhea.
Hmm.
They got to throw Asuka in there somehow. Maybe they'll do Asuka and Roxanne for one of the matches.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll wait, but that to me should be ideally what they do. Interim championship match, Clash of Paris, Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky Ripley, Perez, whoever.
Yep. I dig it. I like it.
Well, who do you give it to?
So,
You know, do you let Stephanie Vaquer be the interim women's world champion? Or is it more interesting to have another heel like a Roxanne?
I
But it
think
has to be somebody that can hold it, you know?
you give it to Stephanie because they wanted to give Stephanie the match against Naomi. Now, giving Stephanie the interim championship, presuming she holds it for however long Naomi's going to be out, definitely she's 7 weeks long. It's going to be at least 8-9 months minimum, right?
Well, yeah, there's after you got to do
Yeah.
stuff. Like, look how long it took Alexa to come back. You know,
Yeah.
that was partly because they didn't have anything for her.
Right. So Naomi could be out for a year or more. So, I mean, they could give it to Stephanie, have her lose it, and then have her get it back, or just not give it to Stephanie and have Stephanie end up with it later on, and have her face Naomi.
And
Because
then also, yeah,
whoever has it, the story is they didn't beat the champ for it.
yeah. Well, at least for us. I
Yeah.
don't know about anybody else who might just not care like that, but you should, because if you don't, well, here's what they're gonna do. For like maybe the first couple of weeks, you're gonna hear the whole interim part,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're just gonna stop mentioning it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just gonna be like only the real ones know, you know. And then when Naomi comes in with that belt, you know, that caution championship, the real women's world champion,
Mm-hmm.
then we're off to the races again. So you got something in your pocket for later. You're not beholden to it right now. Just it's she's still out there,
Yeah.
like we all know.
Mm-hmm.
You
And they
know,
obviously probably had plans for her to hold it for a while since they customized it. That was cool. Looks pretty good
look,
too.
I don't know about that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know about that, but that's probable.
You think she just put
But
stickers on it?
yeah, it doesn't look that difficult, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then the whole like people shouldn't be too bent out of shape over the interim championship
Mm-hmm.
because maybe because I can't stand Seth freaking Rollins, but nobody else seems to remember that Monday Night Raw title is bullshit. You know, that's the Seth Please Don't Go championship. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They brought it in because they couldn't beat Roman because they booked themselves into a corner.
Interestingly enough, it's always the Raw title, which was historically before, excuse me, before SmackDown got really good. Like Raw was always the A show, but it was always Raw that had the title that didn't have the lineage. There was a switch for a bit, but SmackDown always had the WWE Championship, the one that went back to Bruno and etc.
Yeah, I always thought that was kind of strange. You know, Triple H brought in his bullshit with Bischoff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bischoff brought in his bullshit for Triple H, but really, we all know what the fuck's going on. And
use that belt.
and then this one, and it's funny because this belt, the one that Triple H and Seth, they're the same guy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, here you go, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Seth hit a pedigree recently too, so
Yeah, so it makes sense.
like
So yeah, people
Raw from 1997.
people don't treat the world title less than.
Mhm.
You know, I do, but
Yeah.
you know, because you know, I know it's the Seth Rollins Please Don't Go championship. It's all it was made for. Rumors: the Jericho Vortex could be headed back to the WWE once his contract with AEW is up. They're saying Royal Rumble surprise maybe. And I'm like, I wonder if some of you are the same people talk about the Jericho Vortex. And you want that over here with this new crop of talent? You really want to drag poor let's see who's somebody young and vibrant that Chris Jericho could suck the life out of on either Raw or SmackDown.
Fraxium.
Oh my God. Fraxium. No, worse. Dominic Mysterio.
They should not put Jericho anywhere near Dom.
They're
For a
definitely
while.
they're gonna have Dominic Mysterio versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
They have to. They're going to.
Ray and Jericho feuded for the world title, I think.
Dude, there was a whole thing. There was a whole thing. Jericho and Mysterio go back to WCW.
Yeah.
So they're gonna definitely wrestle.
Armbar.
I would have loved it if Dominic Mysterio wrestled Goldberg. Like they left the money on the table for that. But that's two different styles, definitely clashing.
You know, I really wouldn't be mad at like an 8-second Goldberg spear jackhammer over Dominic to win the IC. Not to win the IC title. Make it non-title.
Yeah.
Non-title, I wouldn't have minded. He doesn't need a belt anymore.
Put Javon Evans against Chris Jericho next week. Javon Evans is a drained husk, and Jericho looks like he's Y2J again. Everybody's like, what happened here? The fucking
Jeez.
Jericho Vortex just sucked the youth right out of him.
Then all of a sudden,
Ain't
Jericho's
bouncy no more.
Jericho's bouncy now.
Yeah, back to Y2J. And people are like, yeah, and what if Jericho comes back in Rumble and Y2J music hits? I'm like, well, you're retarded. And you don't think very well, do you? Because, well, I got to fix that because somebody might get upset. But Chris Jericho doesn't like using the same shit. He doesn't like using his old shit. He's always got to do something new.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably gonna be Judas though. You know, I don't think he'll change that.
That would be dope. Judas in a WWE arena would be sweet.
Yeah, that's gonna hit, and people are gonna lose their minds.
What have I become?
Yeah, and then we're all gonna be. Everybody's gonna be a Chris Jericho mark again.
It'll be
like
fun.
Nothing ever happened. He'll use the neuralizer on everybody.
It'll be fun. I'm okay with fun. Like Goldberg coming back wasn't. There was no way it would be fun for me. Jericho It could have been, but I don't think Goldberg would have allowed it. Jericho has no problem being the butt of all the jokes.
What they should have did with Goldberg was have him win, like beat people. Like you got jabronis. You don't got any jabronis. You could just feed to Goldberg real quick. Grayson Waller, in theory, weren't doing anything for a while.
I don't want them to lose to to Goldberg or Jericho.
Damn my God, Grayson Waller, the Jericho Vortex. You know what?
I'm
going to use my wrestling monkey's paw to get him into the Jericho Vortex.
I want to see Jericho make fun of the dance he does. Yeah, I think where like he goes down on one knee, then the other knee.
You think he'll do it?
Yeah. Jericho coming back would be fun.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. I'm
Not
still
good. Not good. I don't think we're going to get any 5-star classics, but I think we're going to get some fun moments, some good promos, and I'll be happy. If he never wrestles, I'll be happy.
All right, let's see who I want him to work with. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre for sure.
You know,
I'll say that about anybody, actually.
You know, he's probably going to get up in that yeet.
Oh, I hope he feuds with Jey Uso. Put him in the Jericho Vortex. Jey, I guess. Roman, maybe. Nah, Roman would kill him, but then he'd kill him. Let's see. And I mean that like on the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he just shred him
in Fortnite.
Yeah, sure. I said on the microphone. I don't know why I would have to preface that. Braun Breaker. That'd be interesting.
That'll be
him
really
taking
good.
A spear from Braun Breaker.
R.I.P. Jericho.
Maybe like a Nia Jax altercation. Randy. There's definitely got to be Randy stuff.
Yeah. Who the hell is still around since last time he was there?
I said Dominic Mysterio, but maybe Ray too.
Probably Ray. Maybe Punk.
Oh yeah, CM Punk. Maybe. Probably Dragon Lee. It's like, hey buddy. You got to beat people, so that's the guy you beat. Rusev. Let's see how that works. You know what? I'd put Jericho and Rusev together. He could be a good heater for Jericho. Because Jericho's old and frail. He's gonna need somebody to, not frail. He's in better shape than I am, but he's not he's not a big guy. I guess he's got the bat.
He's still doing the bat.
I'm pretty sure.
Funny you mentioned Rusev. He has a connection to our next segment.
Oh, well, that's where we're going. Actually.
All right.
So, well, what is it since you know what it is?
So, there was an incident this past weekend.
Wait, this has to do with Rusev?
Rusev trained with the guy what's his name?
I thought Rikishi was he's involved in the ownership of the place too, I think.
Perhaps, but Rusev says he trained with Psycho Stu for 15 years.
Psycho Stu is the guy with that he wrestled. Oh, I have all of that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the next segment. I really needed to check if
it wasn't the next segment,
Rikishi was involved with that.
He's on their landing page. Boasting over 50 years of combined professional experience, wrestling legends Rikishi and Black Pearl have joined forces to offer training services for all levels of aspiring professional wrestlers.
So Rampage's tweet was community noted on X. The incident prior to the wrestling match in the ring occurred hours beforehand. Rampage insinuates the two events occurred closely in time as if his son's actions were an immediate response to something, which is false. Rama, I think they got his name out, or I don't know. Rama's actions were premeditated, not heat of passion. Back to the show.
I've been told that I have to read this as punishment. So, Rampage Jackson tweeted, and I quote, "I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I've been confirmed that the wrestler Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu, is awake and stable. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. I thought it was part of the show. It was bad judgment and a work that went wrong. Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and had no business involved in an event like this. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I'm just deeply concerned with his health and well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will make a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for the situation." But there was a planned incident. He was supposed to be provoked on the outside. Then he was supposed to get in the ring and give a receipt. The receipt was allegedly supposed to be a takedown and a shot. And that's it. What happened earlier on the outside that provoked the receipt, which was planned. I don't know how, what the incident was supposed to be, but this guy, Psycho Stu, there we go. Psycho Stu cracked him in the head with a bottle, breaking the bottle over Raja Jackson's head.
Clearly, that is a beer can.
Now, if he suffered a concussion, even if that's a worked bottle, that's not a good idea. That's a no. If that was taking a liberty, then I don't want to say a receipt was warranted, but be like, dude, I'm recovering from a concussion, can't be breaking a bottle over my head. Instead, this is what happened.
Well, they talked. There's video of them talking in the back after the beer bottle incident.
Oh, okay.
And they were cool from that, but So if you're a child, you shouldn't be watching this. But go back to Bluey or whatever. Unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy's already out.
Yeah,
So
Stu looked
this
like he was knocked out, at least loopy from the slam, and then definitely those shots.
he's young, in like his early 20s,
Mm.
and his father is Rampage Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say anything important, but yeah, I should have muted it earlier. He just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
I think mainly the music will probably be the issue, so I'm just gonna. We don't really need
You
sound
can
for
mute it.
that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a clip of him. He gets a phone call about it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see let's get all the information.
Okay.
We'll just do it here.
Mm-hmm.
They're calling him after. This is after.
Hello?
Hey, where the hell are you at? I told you to double leg that motherfucker and start welding him. I just saw the video.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't.
Someone's telling him basically that he's not waking up. But this is obviously like right after, so I think the tweet from Rampage is later, so it pretty much tracks. I don't know. I think he was talking to somebody that was basically telling him how it's supposed to go. It's like I said to double leg him and then do that. But
Yeah.
you know, all right. Let's see.
He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
Flatline, you know, obviously not expired because you know doctors, they're not doctors, but you know it's like a lingo thing. When you get flatline, you know, you're KO'd in the UFC kind of. So
My bad.
You didn't have to do all that shit.
my bad.
I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take it there.
I'll call you back later.
Let's go. Ready? Get in the car. Let's go.
Man, he looks like he just committed a crime when he's just like
Well, that
went a little off.
yeah.
Well, I don't.
So-
It's sketchy with like wrestling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's
it's a
sketchy
little-
with wrestling and MMA because, and I remember from some of the early days of the Ultimate Fighter, and the early UFC days where some guys was starting to get into some trouble, and it's like you know, a normal person gets into a fight, it's assault. An MMA fighter gets into a fight on the street, you know, you're paid to fight. Your fists are weapons. Like those are known actual weapons. You are so much more trained than the average guy on the street.
Honestly, like it hasn't been said yet, but I think it's fucked up what happened.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that it happened. I'm sorry that it happened to that guy.
I'm also curious, because something is itching my brain here.
Wait, you have one of those? I didn't. I was told we didn't have to bring one.
Believe it, don't worry about it. We don't like to
Okay.
talk about it. Anyway, so how is it like that was not speakerphone, that phone conversation? How were we able to hear all of that? And who was recording it?
Well, he's got a kick channel, so it's probably
Oh, it's
whoever
his
he
kick
works
channel.
with. Probably.
I was assuming
Like,
it
I
was
don't know why
the,
else that would be up.
I was
why
assuming it
they're
was
hanging
the
out with
wrestling
him.
promotion's kick channel. That makes
Oh,
more
I don't-
sense.
Well,
So
if
he
it's the
was-
wrestling
he was probably
promotion's
mic'd.
kick channel, why is he banned from kick?
Ah,
Like maybe he was streaming the event on his kick stream.
yeah. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so that answers that question. All right.
That makes no sense. Could you imagine? Like this man was beaten, and
Well, he was
his Twitch account has been taken down. Did he do it on Twitch? No, but we took it down anyway.
But if it happened on Kick, right, and he is like the assailant, allegedly, I don't know. Don't listen to me.
I don't like violence for clicks. outside of wrestling, obviously. I don't think
We know what wrestling is. We know
I
what
know.
wrestling is.
Listen, it's you know what? It's organized violence. It's organized violence.
It's
That's what it is.
agreed upon by all parties involved, typically.
Yeah, but this is crazy. I was really uncomfortable with that, but that's life, man. Um, and that guy had PTSD issues. Like apparently he wrestled to deal with it. So
Yeah, so I had seen a statement by Rusev. I don't have it prepped. Sorry. That he said that he's known Psycho Stu and trained with him for 15 years.
well, maybe we got to get Miro versus Raja Jackson. Get that happening. But now that it's I don't know if it's going to work out too good. Yeah. They're saying that Hulk Hogan's death might have been medical malpractice now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think they did an autopsy or they're doing one. And something ain't right. It's like, and people are saying, man, he can't even do the job clean. Like, couldn't even clean. The Grim Reaper couldn't get the Hulkster clean, brother. That's the Hulkster, brother.
He knew he was
Grim Reaper couldn't even get him clean, bro. He had to cheat.
He knew he was going to do the job, and he said, all right, fine. But you know what?
Said you're going to have to cheat. You can't do it clean. I'm not laying down clean for you. Oh, my God. You know what? I'm sad that it happened because I don't like that kind of thing. But if that's what happened and it turned out that they had to cheat, first of all, I hope whoever did the bad gets what's coming to him, whatever it is, with the law. But the fact that the Grim Reaper had to come, brother, but he tried to take the Hulkster kicking and screaming, brother.
The Grim Reaper had a foot on the rope.
When I saw that, I was like, that's the Hulkster. I know. He's not going down without a fight, brother.
Yeah.
It don't work for him.
No, that don't work for me, brother.
Yeah.
You gotta have your foot on the rope. Gotta have the bad ref, fast count.
Well, I got my foot on the rope right now. I'm trying to keep us in here. Okay, so that's that with the Hulkster news. Well, I guess if we have an update on that, we will discuss that when the time comes.
Indeed, we shall.
So I don't know. No Cody again this week. He's street fighting around the world, I guess. So we do know that we'll just talk what we have for Clash of Paris, and we're leaving. Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns for Clash in Paris, I believe, is official. John Cena, Logan Paul. Hopefully Logan Paul can connect with his punch this time. And if not, maybe on the second take. But not even on the second take. And then forget about it. It's okay. That happens sometimes. Right? What's going on with the women's? Because is Jade and Tiffany, they tag team against Becky and Nia Jax. Which, strange bedfellows.
Yeah, indeed. I'm not. I'm really not positive exactly where they're going to go with that. It kind of seems like they're just throwing stuff together to throw stuff together.
Yeah,
maybe we'll get a multi-person match, a multi-woman match for the SmackDown Women's title.
Jade, Nia,
Tiffy.
I'd throw Becky in.
IC champ? Sure.
Fuck it. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. It's like, here you go. Here's some meat.
Good promo by Becky on SmackDown, by the way.
Yeah, I was watching it, and I think my wife was standing there, and like she was cutting like almost a baby face promo, and then I said, "Here comes," and then she does it. I'm like, there we go.
That's the Becky we love.
Monday Night Raw live watch party. Fucking Monday. Tomorrow.
That's right.
Yep, be there or be square.
Indeed. So, yep, do us a solid. I know more than half of you are not subscribed, so please just hit the subscribe button down below. Really appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on any of these situations that we discussed. Hogan, getting that last little bit of creative control in there. The Raja Jackson Psycho Stu situation and anything, and Clash of Paris. And as always, Joe's got a party message.
The match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
And do what the man says.
Follow the Bookers.